The Goose Gear Camp Kitchen is designed to house your fridge and your stove in one convenient module. Featuring a double slide operation, you can open the fridge and or stove slide independently or combined. With the plates in, it only takes 8 bolts to install the camp kitchen.
Slide this in place. That's it.
Now that we're getting the camp kitchen in, is there a specific place that you want to position the camp kitchen?
Yeah, on the Jeeps it's actually unique because the way the jack cover is placed, we can actually mount most of the modules flush with the back of the jack cover, and that will clear the door as it closes. But on 4Runners and other vehicles, you have to basically put the piece in loose, slide it back a ways, close the doors, and then pull it back to where you still have good clearance around the windows and glass, because it becomes an issue in other vehicles. But on the Jeep, it's very unique. Everything just lines up with this plate and you're good.
And it's interesting you mentioned the 4Runners. You could actually take this whole system out and place it into another vehicle if you wanted to, right?
Absolutely, yeah. All of our plate systems are designed to be very universal. So this module will actually fit in a 4Runner, a Land Cruiser, or a Jeep. And it's something you could take, if you decided to go from a 4Runner to a Jeep later on, you could take most of your modules and put them in the Jeep and they would bolt right in.
Awesome.
Awesome. So now that the camp kitchen's been installed, we're gonna open this up a little bit. We're gonna loosen these feet up and we're gonna move them into position. And then we're going to bolt the camp kitchen to the plate with 8 bolts. So you want to get these 2 holes, lined up with these 2 holes. Same thing on the other side. We'll start by loosening these bolts. We'll take this foot and we'll slide it into position over the mounting plate holes. So when you're bolting the camp kitchen or any of the drawer modules in, it's always good to either have a friend helping, holding stuff in so it doesn't tip out when you open the drawer and everything, so it doesn't cantilever and fall out of the vehicle. With everything in place, you want to get these 2 back bolts in place first. It's going to take a little bit of shifting and moving around. There we go. Get those bolts started. Get the next 2 started. Move this plate into position here. Give it a little tap and get this bolt started. I always recommend hand tightening all these bolts first before you use any kind of power tool on it to make sure you don't cross thread anything. I'm gonna beat it a little bit. There we go. Feels pretty good. I'm gonna grab a different wrench real quick. So I'm gonna take a hand wrench, ratchet, and just get these started. Make sure they're seated properly before I use the power tool to secure them. They're all good. With the bolts started, we can now use a power tool and get things tightened down a little bit. Once the rear bolts are secure, we're going to slide the camp kitchen out of the way so we can get access to the front mounting plates. We're going to loosen these bolts up again, and we're going to slide the plates in position. Again, hand tight these bolts first, and then come in with a power tool. Once these are loosened up, we're going to slide this bracket forward until we get in position over the anchor points in the plate. All of the modules fit the same way using the same method, whether it's a drawer or a camp kitchen, it's the same. With all 8 bolts in position, we can now go through and tighten everything up snug. Now that we've secured the module with the 8 bolts that secure it to the plate system, we can go through and tighten up the 1/4 bolts on the side using a 5/32 Allen wrench and make sure that the module is bolted firmly to the feet. And now we're just going to go through and tighten all 3 corners of the module to the feet.
Sorry, all 3 remaining corners. 3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're going to go through and tighten the 3 remaining corners to the feet. All right, so now we're just going to go through, make sure all the bolts that secure the module to the feet are snug and tight. And we're going to hit all 4 feet and all 8 bolts and make sure everything's good. Once these are all tightened up, we can move on to the next module next to the camp kitchen, which is going to be a single drawer in this particular vehicle. Now that we have the camp kitchen in place, we're going to go ahead and cycle the drawer guides and make sure everything works well. Locks in place, locks closed, does exactly what it's supposed to do. Camp kitchen and icebox modules feature lock-in, lock-out drawer guides. To open the camp kitchen or icebox, simply push down this lever and pull. Release the lever and continue to open the drawer guide until it's fully extended. To close the camp kitchen, simply push down the lever, push the drawer guide closed until it latches. On the camp kitchen, we have a stove slide, which can also be used as a drawer guide or drawer storage. To open this, the best way to do it is to push on this to release the tension from the latch. Pull the latch open, release, and open the drawer guide until it comes all the way out. To close the stove slide on the camp kitchen, simply tap the lever closed and push it closed until it latches, and you're done.